YouTubers, welcome to AnneBetty's kitchen. So on today's menu is best ever beef pie recipe. So we are going to have chunky beef pie. Back home in Ghana, when someone visits, normally you give the person water. Then if the person stays longer, you give them a juice or a drink with pastries. And normally they say pie, chin chin, different types of pastries. So today I'm taking you on a journey to a typical Ghanaian home where you've gone on a visit. So come, let's cook. So I've got about 2 tablespoons of rapeseed oil, and I'm going to saute my onions. I love onions. Onions in pie filling. It makes the filling so nice. So I've got shallots, I've got red onion, white onion, and spring onions. So I'm going to saute all these. Once it's sauteed, then I'll add you remember the spice mix. If you haven't watched that, go watch the jollof rice recipe. I've got how you can make these. So our onions have been sauteing for about 5 minutes now. In goes in our spice mix. Spice mix is well mixed with the onions, and in goes our chopped tomatoes. I love to use the plum tomatoes. It's got the sweetness. It's really lovely. So in goes our tomatoes. In goes our vegetables. I have some carrots and peas, so I'm going to add that to it. And I like crunch in my vegetables, so it wouldn't stew for long. Then in goes my spices. So I've got mixed herbs, I've got paprika, some nutmeg, and it goes. And that's a soy sauce. So we'll let this stew for about 5 minutes. We taste. Okay, it needs a bit of salt, so we'll correct it with our salt. Give it another taste to see if the salt was okay. Perfect. So now in goes our cornflour. About 2 teaspoons of cornflour mixed with water. This thickens it and gives it the sweet taste. Cornflour is really good for sauces. And that's it. Our sauce is ready. So now I'm going to scoop a bit, then I'll add my beef to it. In goes our beef. I like my beef chunky so that you get a bite when you eat it. So we're going to leave our beef to stew till it softens. Then we'll add a bit of more sauce to it. So we're going to leave this to stew. There you go, the beef is ready. So I'm going to add the vegetable mix. Then we bake a pie. Add a bit of the vegetable mix. I didn't add all during the stewing of the beef so that it still has some crunch to it. Al dente. So this is the dough that I prepared previously. Remember I said your dough should, if you watch the recipe for the pie dough, you remember I said your dough should rest at least for an hour, but best if it's overnight. So this has been resting overnight. And now I'm going to I separate the egg yolk and the egg white. So that's my egg yolk with my pastry brush. And now this the egg white. So you have to fly your working surface so that when you roll the dough, it doesn't stick. And I prefer this roller. It rolls back and forth so you don't have to apply so much force on it. Then I use your pastry cutter to cut into the desired shape you want. I'm making mine round. You can make them square. If you don't have this, you can make them square. I'll show you how to make it a square if you don't have the pastry cutter. And if you don't have the rolling pin, you can always improvise. You use a bottle to roll it. I'm going to roll this over, then I'll show you how to make it a square. If you don't have the pastry cutter, you can just use your knife to cut out your shape. Any shape you want. You can make a triangle, you can make a square. Be creative. Food is about creativity. And how I differentiate my pie. So sometimes I make fish pie, I make beef, I make chicken. So how I differentiate. Today's filling is beef, it's chunky beef. So I've got these cutters. It's pastry, alphabet cutters for pastry. So the dough I'm going to use to differentiate my pies, you roll it a bit thinner than your main pie. Your main, you see the thickness of this? So because I'm using chunky beef, I use B and C. So I need 4 of these. So C, B for chunky beef. So I've got my C and I've got my B. So you have to egg wash them so that when you finish and you close it up, it doesn't open. And now in goes our filling. I like my pie filling. I like to fill it up so that each bite you get a filling in each bite. Because the secret about pie is the filling. Once you get your dough well and your filling is good, you are good to go. And we seal it up. And I just use my fingers to press them down. So you use the fork to make incisions in it. This helps the steam come out, otherwise your pie will explode. You don't want any explosion in your oven. Then you use the egg yolk to egg wash, and this gives it a lovely rich color. Ooh, I've got so much there. That's too much. Then because it's chunky beef, we have C and B. And that's it. So it goes in the oven. You have it, your chunky beef pies. Try it and let me know how it goes. So for more videos like this, subscribe to our channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you know firsthand whenever a new video is uploaded. Thank you for watching.